And this is a partnership between Forge and Michigan State University.
Hey, this is Michael. I think if Heather's on the phone, she's going to present the data for us.
So thank you so much. I'm excited to be on the call today to share a little bit about our early stage partnership between Forge and Michigan State. Forge is a national anti-violence organization for the transgender community, and represented on this team by Michael Munson, the executive director, Laree Cook-Daniels, and Tristan Taggart. I'm Heather McCauley. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a social epidemiologist at Michigan State. My work focuses on social and structural determinants of sexual violence. I'm also joined by my graduate student, Sidran Muzzy. So as this is an early stage partnership, our goal is to create the infrastructure to conduct a national survey on the prevalence and context of sexual violence victimization experienced by the transgender non-binary adults in the U.S. And one of the reasons why Forge approached me about this is because they did some of the earliest work on documenting the experiences, violence victimization in the trans community as early as the early 2000s. And this work has really shaped a lot of their work and services for survivors, and it's time to update the findings and understand what this looks like. So the goal of our project is to develop that next national survey, and I'll talk in a few minutes about what's going to be on the survey. But we're going to use, in addition to drawing from work that they've already done and what's out in the field, we're going to engage in a cognitive interviewing process, which is one of my favorite approaches to survey development, where we will be doing basically in-depth face-to-face interviews. Actually, we'll be doing them via Zoom, interviews with transgender non-binary adults going through the survey, and there are a couple ways to do this. One is where we can give them items and have them reflect on how the item is worded and the response options, and then the other is a think aloud technique where we have them reflect and share their thought process as they're going through the survey to help us refine the items and the response choices and make sure that we're measuring what we think we're measuring. So we're going to be doing this, cognitive interviews and focus groups with experts to inform survey development. Next slide. And we had some great conversations about who we wanted, basically what was our goal for this survey and who we wanted to benefit from and use the findings from this survey. And one place to start would be thinking about clinicians or service providers and having these data inform some of their services. But we felt that that has already been done. We've done that several times. And our goal is really to serve survivors and make sure that these data represent their experiences and kind of are fed back to them. So we wanted the survey to be strengths-based, focusing first on resilience and healing. So social support, measuring community connectedness, and then because these will be victims of sexual violence, focusing on post-traumatic growth, resilience, and then some measures about how their experiences of sexual violence have impacted their identities. Then obviously we'll measure violence victimization, measuring and providing details that are often missed in epidemiological literature on perpetrator characteristics, and then questions about perceptions of anti-transgender bias. We also wanted to measure sexual harassment in this survey as well. Next slide, please. Oh, and I think that's it.